This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and fart. You see that comment? This is why, and I want you guys to see the comment in the background. This is why He Knows Everything doesn't pull no punches with Hispanic and Mexican community fan bases. Hispanic and Mexican community fan bases, their last names betray them. Let me say it again. Hispanic and Mexican community fan bases, their last name betray them. You have Hispanic and Mexican community fan bases with last names of Martinez telling you and quoting to you Desmond Tutu. Desmond Tutu is a South African black man. He's one of our greats. Why are you fucking quoting them? See, they even do that with these types of things. And you want to know why? Let me explain the fundamental in the Cardinal Rule. Because everyone understands that the black specimen, black men, black women are the epitome of the highest standards of anatomy and physiology on the fucking planet. The problem is they've been separated, they've been divided, they've been segregated into not understanding that. Where you think that terminology, once you go black, you don't go back, comes from? I've heard it from women. Any other alpha male that's heard it from women understand what I'm talking about. Once women go black, they don't go back. And that's any kind of fucking woman. And that's the same thing with these men. Once they go with these black women, they don't want to go back. Because they're like, man, this is unique beauty. This is rare beauty. This is off the fucking charts beauty. This is something that is quintessentially something I've not seen before. It's unique and it's rare. We as black people are the most beautiful people on the planet because we come in so many shapes, sizes, and variations. But we are also the most physically gifted. This is why Hispanic and Mexican community fan bases, a lot of them have ilky fucking bodies. That means bad fucking bodies. Their genetics, their physiology is horrible shit. I wouldn't say not the women counterparts, because a lot of them don't look ilky fucking body and bad body. I mean, some of them are ilky fucking body and bad fucking body. But they're the fairer of the two. We're talking about a lot of these fucking men, especially the athlete versions. Go look at Mexican fighters. They're ilky fucking looking in the boxing ring. Ilky fucking bodies. Go look at black fighters. It's the epitome of physical genetics. It's the standard of physical primehood. And even when it's outside of its prime, the shit still looks better, because when black takes care of itself, black doesn't fucking crack. Let me say it again. When black takes care of itself, black doesn't fucking crack. I'm a man that's about to be 40. You know how many times I'm told that I look like I'm in my early 20s, mid 20s? Black doesn't fucking crack when you take care of yourself. These are the truth. The cold-hearted truths. The variation truths. The aspect truths. They are truths nevertheless. Black doesn't fucking crack as long as you take care of that motherfucker. And that goes for the boxing ring. The greatest boxers. So I had to tell this Rudy fucking Poo and Plum Plum brain. Classic fucking Doden troglodyte. Ultra fucking fanboy with the ultra fucking fanboy rhetoric. The greatest boxers are black. When you think of the greatest boxers that ever boxed, you think of Floyd Mayweather. Black. Muhammad Ali. Black. Sugar Ray Leonard. Black. Marvin Hagler. Black. Roy Jones Jr. Black. Bernard Hopkins. Black. Do I need to keep on going? Tommy Hitman Hearns. Black. Only sometimes out of your mind you will think of a Rocky Marciano, or you would think of Roberto Duran. But these motherfuckers' names don't come to your mind early, or Julio Cesar Chavez. They don't come to your mind immediately like that. You think of black fighters. Andre fucking Ward, Earl the True Spence, Javante Tank Davis, the Charlo brothers. You think of black, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. You don't think of no fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch Canelo Alvarez. You don't think of shit like that. You don't think of no Mikey, bloated the fuck up, bad ilky body Garcia, little fucking Mikey. You don't think of shit like that. Even Terrence Buck Crawford, who's a fucking wop wop walking behind the damn fence. His ass is black. you think of him, his thought process comes to mind because he's a black fighter. And when it's all said and done, people have to understand blackness is the superiority. Blackness is the identity. Blackness is what we would say the standard bearadizing, the transcenderizing of what is quintessential in terms of dominance, in terms of putting your stamp of fucking approval. So when we sit here, we hear Hispanic community fan bases, Mexican community fan bases say ignorant and naive stuff like this. It's because they are hot and bothered like grits that they don't have the numbers. This is why I told you they're protecting Cinnamon Toast Crunch as much as they humanly possibly are doing. Because they know this guy's a sham. They know he's a Cinnamon fucking Toast Crunch. And they can't afford for him to lose. Their little Mikey got the pinata beaten out of him versus Errol the True Spence. He got regressed into a Uber, a Lyft, and a hold up. Hey, taxi, Tijuana cab driver, fighter. They don't got shit. Juan Manuel Marquez is damn near expired for years. Julio Cesar Chavez is no longer here. Hector Camacho is no longer here. They don't got shit. And we got black fighters coming. As much as I don't too much care for Jerron Booth Ennis, he's coming. Jared Anderson coming. And when I say coming, I mean young and up and coming. But the ones we respect, the Shakur Stevensons of the world, Devin Haney, I don't give two flying fucks about him, but he's black. I'm going to root for his ass over any other motherfucker. See, what they don't understand is we dominate. Domination is our middle name. Obliteration is our last name. And guess what? Elevation is our first fucking name. So we elevate, we dominate, and we obliterate. Let me say it again. We elevate, we dominate, and we obliterate. And they can't stand that. But if you notice, they're always looking for us to give their fighters, Mexican community fan base, Hispanic community fan base fighters, the stamp of approval. And then the coon buffoons show up. The Tyson of mics show the fuck up. The Browns of Monty TVs show the fuck up. Coon and fucking buffoon, they want to give these motherfuckers all of the props in the world, putting them in the same category, in the same stratosphere, in the same vernacular with the Errol the True Spences of the world. It's disrespectful. But this is the climate that we're in from a boxing standpoint. People always want to loosely compare everyone. The black slickster fighter, the black fighter, the superior genetics of being a black athlete stands out above all. This is why in boxing, black fighters are the greatest. There's no arguing it. There's no disputing it. And when you do that, you're revealing yourself as a boxing fucking casual. When you think of the greats, you have to mention the black fighters. You have to mention the George Frazers. You have to mention the George Foremans. You have to mention the motherfucking Jack Johnsons, Sugar Ray Robinsons. You gotta mention the Sonny Listons. They gotta come out your rabbit ass mouth. Because if they don't, you're not being honest as a boxing connoisseur, a boxing consumer, a person who looks at the pugilism for what it is, at its truest and its most properest levels. A lot of people don't want to admit what basically doesn't need to be explained, and what's understood doesn't need to be explained, that black fighters are the pinnacle of the sport. They've dominated the sport. They've ran the sport. When you don't mention the guys like Pernell Whitaker, you don't mention guys like Sugar. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Sugar Shane Mosley. Guys like Vernon Forrest. When you don't mention guys like that, Winky Wright, we've dominated the sport on so many epic levels, epic proportions, epic magnitudes. The Carisha Shields, until she got Deontay Wilder baited into pleasing every fucking damn body, and now she got a loss with MMA. The Layla Ali's, who did not get fucking baited into that bullshit and that fuck shit. We are the dominating We are the dominating specimen. They hate us for it. Why do you think they're basking so much in this boxing, judging, gifting, decision, cinnamon toast crunch era? Because they understand it. They understand quintessentially. They also understand fundamentally that when it's all said and done, that nobody can fucking see us. Not in no boxing ring. Because when it's all said and done, we stand out above every motherfucker. And you want to know why? Because we are motherfuckers. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat two-tailor fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the geeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the geeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.